By now, you've all heard of Italian Wine Unplugged 2.0, the latest book published by Mama Jumbo Shrimp. It's more than just another wine book. The fully updated second edition was inspired by students of the Vinitaly International Academy and painstakingly reviewed and revised by an expert panel of certified Italian wine ambassadors from across the globe. The book also includes an edition by Professore Attilio Scienza, Italy's leading vine geneticist. The benchmark producers feature is a particularly important aspect of this revised edition. The selection makes it easier for our readers to get their hands on a bottle of wine that truly represents a particular grape or region. To pick up a copy, just head to Amazon.com or visit us at MamaJumboShrimp.com.
Welcome to Wine, Food and Travel with me, Marc Millon, on Italian Wine Podcast. Listen in as we journey to some of Italy's most beautiful places in the company of those who know them best, the families who grow grapes and make fabulous wines. Through their stories, we will learn not just about their wines, but also about their ways of life, the local and regional foods and specialities that pair naturally with their wines, and the most beautiful places to visit. We have a wonderful journey of discovery ahead of us, and I hope you will join me. Welcome to Wine, Food and Travel with me, Marc Millon, on Italian Wine Podcast. Today we travel to Ravenna in Emilia-Romagna to meet my guest Stefano Silvi to discuss a particular foodstuff that we do associate with Italy, aglio or garlic, and not just any old garlic. Aglio di Voghiera DOP. Stefano, thank you for being my guest today. You're going to share with us something about your company, NeroFermento. How are you?
Thank you for calling. I'm fine. I'm very good. The weekend is very soon, so I'm very, very happy for that.
Let's first of all talk about the Aglio di Voghiera DOP, because it's a very special garlic. You mentioned the white garlic before you transform it. What is so special about it?
The white one. The white one. It's particular of this region close to Ferrara, and this very small place is called Voghiera, and we are in Emilia. And this garlic is very particular because it's very light, and we call it in Italian gentile. So it's gentle. Can I say gentle? It's very kind and very, very light. Okay, that's why it's quite famous in Italy and in Europe. And there are only 44 producers that they have in their fields this kind of garlic. So the area is very small, and to be Voghiera DOP, it has to arrive from this specific very small region close to Ferrara.
Okay, so this Aglio di Voghiera DOP, of course, we're in Emilia-Romagna, which I think has more DOP food products than anywhere else in Italy. I'm thinking of...
In Italy and in Europe.
Prosciutto di Parma, Parmigiano Reggiano, so many wonderful things to eat. But I'd not heard of this Aglio di Voghiera before. Does it get sent abroad?
Yeah, it's one of the 44 or 45 from DOP or EGP in Emilia-Romagna. It's one of them.
So it's a garlic that isn't too powerful, isn't too pungent. It is, as you say, a gentler, kinder garlic already.
Yeah, I can confirm it. You can use it. It's very, how can I say, it's very good. You have to taste it so you can feel the difference between this garlic and another one, for example, because it's super gentle.
So good the chefs would like it because it doesn't overpower dishes.
Yeah, it adds something without cover other things. That's my opinion.
But even still, you and your colleagues were thinking that you could take this very special Aglio di Voghiera DOP and transform it even further through this process that you were beginning to explain, this transformation into Aglio Nero. So tell us about this. Tell us what Aglio Nero is.
Well, Aglio Nero, garlic is, let's say, we take the white one and we put it in these chambers for a couple of months, more or less 50, 60 days, and we just rise the temperature. So it's and we do something like Turkish bath, okay, without adding any ingredient, any yeast, nothing at all. We just wait. The garlic starts to produce its own steam, okay, and in this process it loses the 90% of the pungent parts from the allicin, so it's 90% more digestible, 90% less problematic. Okay, social problem, no social problems, and the taste changed completely. The taste is about licorice, balsamic, prune, without ingredients, not at all. And if you're talking about properties, healthy properties, we know, because we collaborate with the University of Ferrara, we know that our black garlic from Voghiera has 13 times the polyphenols and 4 times the flavonoids compared with the white we start with. So it's very antioxidant.
That's amazing. So when you're putting the garlic in the chambers, are you putting the whole bulb in, or are you putting the individual cloves of garlic in?
Good question. We put the whole bulb because we did some trials, but we know that the skin is very, very important for the process, for the fermentation and maturation process. If you're talking about the flavor, but also about the properties. So we decided to do it with the whole bulb. Would be easier to do with the billet one because it's easier to sell and whatever, cheaper. But we decided to do it in the best way we understood was the best way.
Okay, and so it's a total transformation of this very special Aglio di Voghiera. You say that it doesn't have the social problems. In other words, we don't get the garlic breath that we can get if we're eating raw garlic, or, for example, a bagna cauda, which would be, after
Yes.
3 days later, you might still be breathing fire.
Yeah, you don't have these problems.
So that's a very beneficial side effect of this transformation. But you're also talking about a transformation in flavor and in taste. Tell us what this black garlic will taste like once it's gone through this simple, I guess, because it's a natural process without any additives. Simple transformation. How does it change the taste? What does it taste like?
The taste changed because there is something like caramelization of sugars. That's why our garlic is a little bit sweeter, okay, than the white one, and there are completely different aromas developed in the process, and lots of people that have never tried, say licorice, for example, it's quite clear, the flavor of licorice, but also balsamic, and I always think about prunes, probably because there is a nice mix between acidity, freshness, and sweetness, and this kind of mixing flavors that they remind me a lot of for example, prunes.
Fascinating. I'm also fascinated by you said that you all came from a scientific background, you and your colleagues, in tackling this problem of how to transform garlic into a more socially acceptable product, but also to transform it in a way that would offer different flavors and tastes. What was the background that you were talking about? Were you technicians, of scientists?
Italian Wine Podcast. If you think you love wine as much as we do, then give us a like and a follow anywhere you get your pods.
We are a group, okay. For example, I'm a sustainable engineer. One of my colleagues is a civil engineer. We have 2 environmental scientists, 1 mechanical engineer, and 2 the economic degree. So our background is sustainability. Okay, we project biogas plants. Okay, and that's why it was quite easy for us once understood the process to took something about our previous job, our first job, to try to up some of those I can say technologies to transform the garlic. So let's say that compared with our competitors, well, our competitors are usually garlic producers. They buy machines to do it black, and they do it black. We started from the end. Okay, we started from the machine because, as I was saying, we developed it by our own 100% of the machine, from hardware to software. So we studied a lot the process. We decided to do it by our own. We project them, we realize them, and then we decide to enter to the black garlic market, knowing very well the process, not just using machines.
That's really interesting that you had those skills to be able to create the hardware and the software yourselves. But I'm wondering, with if you as a group, if what really was a spur to doing this was a love of food, that you like to get together and eat and discuss this challenge of transforming garlic. Is that part of where you came from, that you all love to eat and enjoy meals together?
Yes, of course, absolutely. And let's say also that working on the biogas, were and we are always with farmers. Because they have needs biogas plants and so on. So we are with our, let's say, engineer fields. We were in the with farmers and so on. So it was quite easy to meet, for example, the Voghiera Consortium to talk about it, this idea, because we had a lot of contacts about food with the food industry, okay, because of the biogas. And then a couple of them, we are also food passionate. We are food lovers. For example, as an hobby, I'm Italian sommelier and also WSET sommelier. So I love food, I love wine. It was quite easy for me, and no, it was not easy, but it was wonderful for me to, I can say, to match my background as a technician with my love of food in NeroFermento, for me and for my colleagues.
And how is now? I know that you process the garlic. It comes out actually black, doesn't it? It is a black garlic, but you present it in three different forms. Can you explain those?
Yes, we started with bulbs, of course, so the easy way to do it. But lots of people, when we started with bulbs, had the problem, wrote us, for example, I like it, but I don't really know how to use it. Can you explain? I don't know what can I cook with it. And that's why we decided to make it simple for clients with cream. So we decided to do this black garlic cream just with the black garlic and vegetable broth, broiled, without any fat, nothing. And we decided also to do it to make it in powder. So we have powder, cream, and bulbs. The powder is wonderful in soups, for example, very good in soups and salads. The cream, you can use cream for crostini, bread, pasta, risotto. And the bulbs, you can do with bulbs whatever you want. You can do the cream by yourself or use it in clothes, for example.
Okay, and can you tell us some of the ways that it is used in particular dishes? I mean, do you just use it as if you would be using fresh garlic? Are there particular recipes you could say that really show off this wonderful and unique flavor of the aglio nero?
Yes, I can. Of course, you can use it. For example, you can do a cream. You can make your a cream or using the ready cream in a crostini, just a little bit in the bread. Then you can add some cheese like burrata or stracciatella, so very fat cheese, very yummy. And with anchovies, just one anchovies, and a leaf of mint leaf. It's a wonderful crostini. But you can use it also, for example, in a risotto or pasta. You can add some, I call them tears, some tears of black garlic in a white risotto, not white riso. White risotto, a risotto with, for example, Parmigiano Reggiano and onion, and just add like, you can eat it in, for example, in a risotto in a similar way. When you go to Modena to for example to taste aceto balsamico, they give you risotto, white risotto with these tears, okay, these small spots of aceto balsamico. You can do it the same, for example, with the black garlic cream.
Okay, you would just spoon that cream on in just a few little drops and then mix it as you eat it.
Yes, you can use it also, for example, with risotto at the end. Our main suggestion is to remember that it has a very high aroma. So don't overcook it. Just add at the end. You can, for example, I like at the end of a risotto when it's on your dish, but lots of people prefer to put it inside the risotto when it is in the pan. But the last minutes, don't cook it because you risk to lose the aroma if you cook it. If you, for example, do
The delicacy.
the delicacy, exactly. If you do a aglio olio e peperoncino, no? Typical Italian one, don't put the aglio, the garlic, the black one, in the oil at the beginning of when you start to cook, but just at the end when the pasta is almost ready, so you don't lose the delicacy, you don't lose the aroma.
For an aglio olio peperoncino, would you use the bulbs?
Yeah, I suggest it. Yeah, it's better.
Black garlic, as you said, you mentioned that it came from Korea. So it must have many applications in Asian cuisines.
Well, let's say they like a lot the sweetness. It's sweeter than our ones. And they use it, for example, in kimchi or in soups, mainly in soups. Okay. Our interpretation is more on pasta and risotto, but they use it in soups or with vegetables mainly.
I know that in Italy, people are very connected to their regional cuisines and maybe sometimes even conservative in innovations. Is the Italian market embracing aglio nero as a new product? Is it difficult to explain what it is and get people to use it?
Yeah, let's say it's quite difficult. It's quite difficult. The problem, because in Italy we are very traditional. We like the tradition. Let's say that we are doing black garlic from Aglio di Voghiera, so it is a good way to talk with the tradition. Okay, we are doing an exotic product using a traditional product. Let's say we are doing an exotic interpretation of a traditional product, and it works. It works. Okay, it works. It's not easy to explain, but it works.
Yes, I'm sure that is the case, but it's something one needs to taste. So I'm sure you must take it to food fairs and have people actually experience it. Is that right?
Yeah, it's right. Sometimes it's quite difficult at the beginning when nobody knew it. It was difficult because or in Italy, when you say aglio, so garlic, you lose the attention of 40% of people that they don't like it. They are scared by garlic and its effects. Okay, but the others, 50-60% of the people, they like garlic, but they like the white one. So at the same time, you have to convince the people that they don't love garlic to try something different from the white, and to explain the people that like the white one that it's not white, but it's good in a different way. So the work we have to work in these two fields. Yeah, that's it.
Yes, that's an interesting challenge. I can understand that. Now, Stefano, you've said that you're a sommelier, you are passionate about wine, you've done your WSET. I imagine Aglio Nero, your fermented black garlic, is possibly more wine-friendly as it's not so overpowering. Are there any particular wines that you would say pair well?
Well, let's say that it's difficult that garlic could be the first ingredient. So usually have always a look on the first. For example, if you are eating, for example, pasta with mushrooms and black garlic, think about mushrooms and try. Okay, if we are talking about, for example, meat, think about the meat. But remember the black garlic, especially for the aroma and for the flavor. So I cannot suggest a specific wine for a black garlic. But if you are, for example, we are talking about a steak, okay, or for example, pasta with something specific. Uh, you could have 2 or 3 wines. If you think about 2 or 3 wines in a dish to combine, think about the more aromatic of them to match it with black garlic. Sorry, I don't know if I explained very well. So if you have, for example,
No, I think that's very good advice. You're exactly right. It depends on the main ingredient, the sauce, all of that when we're pairing wines. But the qualities that this has um, with the aroma and the delicacy, I think would make it certainly more wine friendly. Now, is your product available yet on export markets?
yes, we are. We started a couple of years ago, step by step, because we are, as I was saying, we have 2 jobs, so it's difficult to to manage them both. We are exporting a little bit in Europe, in Germany, something in Spain and France. I'm super interested in the UK market. We are facing some problems, probably because of the Brexit. It's quite difficult now to approach the UK market. I live in UK, so I really love UK, and I would like to sell in UK, but it's not easy at the moment.
Yes, I hope that will improve because I'd love to be able to get that over here where I am. Well, NeroFermento is a fascinating product, and it's a fascinating story, Stefano. So thank you so much for sharing it with us. I will certainly look out for it when I'm next in Italy and have access to a kitchen, and I hope that perhaps you will be able to send it to the UK soon.
Thank you very much.
So thank you so much for being my guest today. Good luck with your venture and have a great day.
Thank you. It has been a pleasure, and see you soon. We are already preparing samples for you all. So we really would like to let you taste our black garlic as soon as possible.
Well, I would love to taste it. I would love to taste it. So thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Grazie. We hope you enjoyed today's episode of Wine, Food and Travel with me, Marc Millon, on Italian Wine Podcast. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe right here or wherever you get your pods. Likewise, you can visit us at ItalianWinePodcast.com. Until next time, chin chin.